Yeah, I'm gonna go raiding again, but right now I'm trying to give these two a little bit of alone time, if you know what I'm saying, before I put my chieftain. Uh-oh.
Of all the buffoonery I have ever seen, in Paxtion's inane efforts to improve my relations with my neighbors, my good-for-nothing chancellor has officially acknowledged Chieftain Mosheg's claim to the chiefdom of Cheech.
Wait, hang on. You were trying to, make good friends, and you accidentally gave my neighbors a claim? You gave Tara a claim to one of my counties. That is a really bad thing. Luckily, this guy in particular is content, honest, and is a cowardly gentleman who we probably don't need to fear. No, you set him to fabricate claim. Karog, fabricate a claim is now the job of the cleric. So I did not. In fact, they were just dealing with foreign affairs. And you can see a possible side effect of foreign affair dealings is an enemy claim on your territory. So, this is what you pay for getting, in general, this big prestige bonus. There are some big downsides, potentially now. Independent ruler opinion also goes up, so this is the cost of that. Okay, interesting. Chieftain Moshe gets an unpressed claim on the chiefdom of Cheech. I like that it shows you who did it. I like these new backgrounds a lot as well. So it's this guy. Looking kind of dopey. Well, you tried.
Do better.
I can't wait to see more events. That's what I'm most excited about. We're still scheming to sway this particular chiefdom, or excuse me, this particular Khagan of the Kyrgyz Khanate, who looks like they're having some problems. Oh, good. We'll take a look at that in a moment. First, my wife needs to speak to me. Some of my counselors believe the job is theirs by right of blood or influence alone. How wrong they are. I expect results, yet I am often disappointed. After a long day, I complain to Ruzava when she interrupts me. Let me do something about it, husband. A few lessons might sharpen their wits. Chancellor Paxtion could use a tutor. He did just screw it up. That's true. Marshal Virier would benefit from your help. Noidi Esther is in need of some guidance, or stay here with me. And, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, something's wrong with my neck. But, like, you lose 10 stress because you are lustful, and she likes you more because of this romance. We are both lustful, so I think this is the one we would pick. It also has the side effect of maybe being a more direct route to getting an heir. That's if you're gamifying it. If you were trying to, you know, metagame, this is the RP choice, obviously. We do want to have a romance blossom between us, you know? Of course. Stress is a build-up effect. It is, yeah. Look at all these winks in chat. Fitting, I must say. But thanks again, Double X, my lord, for the sub earlier and for the help. And AB Joe for the big triple sub plus bits. Fate smiles upon me. My concubine, Utyaka, is bearing my child. We have baby number 1. And also in this pagan Sumo Minusko society, we don't have to worry, is my interpretation about legitimacy. I think all concubines, children, unless Suo Minusko's different from what we were, which I'm struggling to remember, chat. What was the pagan Viking religion? We were only it for like a short amount of time, and we went to war with them more often than not. just Germanic pagan? Okay. I was going to say that, but I didn't. I thought it was something more specific. But yeah, concubine children are just as legitimate as your primary, as far as I know. So my spy master, I'm actually glad that this happened this way, so that my concubine slash spy master doesn't plot to kill my other child if I had a firstborn with my wife. That could happen. She could try and like, I want my kid to be the leader. Kill the other baby. And it'd probably be pretty easy to do. So this is for the best.
I cannot wait to hold the babe in my arms.
Fate smiles upon me. My wife, Chiefess Ruzava, is bearing my child. Okay, well, that's really close to each other. You were you were saying two babies at the same time. Listen, Chieftain Uchva is not wasting any more time. That's definitely a coincidence, Ace, and not at all to do with the fact that Concubine ended up possibly being in the room during that last event. I'm sure that the two things are not related. Advice. Let's see. Want to learn more about faith and religion? Open this up for an introduction. All characters believe in a faith which in turn belongs to a religion. For example, Catholicism is a faith belonging to Christianity. Every faith is different. Okay, open up the faith view. So if you wanted to see what a tutorial might look like, if you were interested in, scrolling down below the stream and clicking on the link to see more about Crusader Kings 3, then you might want to see what it looks like if you get a tutorial, because I've had a lot of people basically tell me that they're intimidated by strategy games in general. So let's take a look. Your faith has a number of doctrines. These doctrines set rules for members of the faith, again, noting that this is a sponsored stream chat, and that that's part of it, okay? Full disclosure. I did so at the beginning of the stream, and it's in the title, but just in case you were ignorant to that. These doctrines set rules for members of the faith and govern many things, such as gender succession laws, or what characters can hold temple holdings. So basically, we looked at those earlier. It tells you who can do what, and what you're allowed to do. Your sins and virtues, and whether you might be able to participate in Great Holy Wars, which are obviously a huge part of Crusader Kings. All faiths have a fervor, which waxes and wanes over time depending on the number of adherents, how holy wars go, and more. Fervor represents how fanatical most members of the faith are feeling, including the many unwashed peasants around the world, like your chat here on the stream. When your faith's fervor is high, it is easier to convert counties using the Convert Faith in County button. It's a counselor task. And counties of your faith will resist conversion to others. So basically, the higher the fervor, the easier it is to either maintain or do more conversions. When fervor is low, rulers may decide to abandon their current faith in favor of another from the same religion, spawning a heresy. So 100% would be best. Size of your faith is really hurting you right now. So we have a 73% debuff to this. I showered 12 hours ago.
I can already smell you.
Heretical rulers will convert along with their closest territory and vassals and are free to spread their new faith in place of their old. Interesting. So it could domino chain. Does this game have PvP? Yeah, you can play online with other people. I have never done it, though, in either game. So I can't tell you how good it works. From faith, it's possible to create a new faith of your own. Doctrines and tenets will cost a certain amount of piety depending on which tenet you have. This is not something to worry about for your first character, but please be responsible and don't go to the movie theater to see that dumb Tenet movie. It's just going to be Inception played backwards. I can already tell you how it goes. Be responsible, chat. Turn it on Amazon or something. They're just gonna. It's two movies. They just play Inception backwards then forwards. Inception backwards sounds good though. And that doesn't sound fun to you. No, I mean like literally all the dialogue, like they start with the credits, and it literally is Inception in reverse. They end with like the opening segue. All the dialogue, all the action is just reversed. Christopher Nolan thinks so far in advance that he actually wrote the script for Tenet so that you could say the whole movie of Inception backwards and it would be a different movie. Borderline experimental. Okay, so basically people with a high opinion of you are more likely to join your faith. Got it. And that's the faith overview. So if you're curious who's what, first of all, we could do that so we can see that we are not in the majority down here, but it looks like this is what has splintered down into the Tengri territories, which for now are pretty disparate. Kyrgyz Khanate just had some issues, I believe, based on this. Because I am seeing someone else. No, they still have the same liege. So what happened down here? He's still their liege, but it's on fire. I think they're currently at war with their liege, is what it looks like. I think he just created some vassals. Okay, what is the fire? Fire looks bad. Is fire
this
good?
This is sponsored by viewers like
Error.
Because when they're on fire, it looks like, look at this. This is currently a disputed territory. Oh no, I jeffed. I knew it was going to happen eventually, Double X, my lord. They're currently rebelling, so my first instinct was right. I had to confirm it, despite chat. It's okay. I expected this. Off to Jeff jail with you now. Yes, this I believe this is flashing purple to indicate that it is currently, this whole territory may be at war, and they do have a really nice, look at those arrows. So when you're here, you can see all of his influence in a spider web. But I believe the ones that are on fire, we're going to see their war. Attacking Kagan Uzur in the Independence War. I was right. Their war score is negative 26%, but don't let that distract you from the fact that I don't have to worry about him right now. And in fact, since I have 2 sons potentially on the way, we don't know, but we have 2 babies on the way, maybe we just go ahead and go to war now, because if I die, I've got children. I got a 50-50 chance of having an heir. That's how gambling works, right? Okay, so perhaps we just go now. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at you, Chieftain Zuneg. Still have 727. So if I go to the military tab, well, okay, here's the thing. I know that I can issue a war declaration by clicking on this. How do you open the war declaration page otherwise? I assume you do the old-fashioned way, which is click, right-click, declare war. Okay, there you go. And these are our current casus belli. These are the reasons why we can invade. Right now, conquering a county is probably in our best interest because it's affordable. 25 piety. And we're gonna go for the closest one over because you don't want to separate your borders right now. So we're gonna go for Umai. I'm trying. Can you take advantage and expand? That's kind of what I'm thinking, Karog. But then he might still turn and attack us because we will share a border with him when he wins this war. I'll be honest, Ita, I've been watching from the start. I still have no clue how this game works other than Baby Sim, and I love it. Well, I'm learning along with you. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and then someone else in chat will answer. I don't know. But there's not really much to not understand. I'm not making fun. What I'm saying is it's easier than you think. Tartus, dat me, okay? We definitely know that this is all of my territory. So right now what we're trying to do is also make this red spot my territory. There you go. Now you know exactly what we're doing. But from this page, we're choosing how big of a war are we going to declare. So we're just going to go for one county because we have to basically tell the local regents of the faith and the local pagan clerics, what are they called in this? Noidi in this particular religion. They have to basically give their blessing. That's how I think about it anyways. So since these are our neighbors and we like fighting, this is really all we need to go to war. We're going to try and enforce our demands and take over Umiai. I don't understand how the babies were made. Explain. I'm sure that there's a devlog about that somewhere. They probably have a whole thing on how the babies were made. Probably like a YouTube. Check their channel and their blog, I would say. Or you could Google it. Get some interesting answers there. All right, their military strength is similar to ours. They have about 727 troops. Let me double check mine, because we should be able to win. We have about 864 plus our champions. So we definitely outnumber them by about 100. It's just going to come down to fighting on favorable terms. So we have to declare before we raise our levies. I'm just going to make a save. First...
This stream is sponsored by viewers like you.
Error.
Let's just go ahead and do that. Okay. And same thing. We're going to click on the guy. Make sure he's the top dog. Go to declare war. Conquer county. There it is. War has been declared. So immediately after that, while the game is still paused, we're going to raise all armies. And that should include the men-at-arms as well. So it'll take them time to gather. They're not going to instantaneously spring up out of nowhere. Hey, what's up, War of the Worlds? Would you recommend CK3 to someone who liked the concept of CK2 but found it hard to get into? Are you a Paradox plant, War of the Worlds? Don't drink this. Yeah. Dude! Remember when look at that! That's the bug, dude! It's right there! I almost did it! I need to go get a drink, but I need to push this coffee cup far away. Monka. Uh-huh, Nat, sure. Karutobi, it was right there. Big screen. I'm a pretty gross streamer. Maybe I need to take a shower right now. Dude, they play the hype music when you declare war. All right, so unpause. There we go. Green means full. Red means stop. And we're just going to go straight in. So this is our objective, the tribe of Umiai. So these guys are having some problems anyway, it looks like. Oh, it's me. Yeah, they're at war with I'm their problem. Yeah. I knew that, but I thought maybe I'm trying to figure out what all the icons mean. Hold on, they're at war with somebody? With who? All right, so there are their troops. No morale to deal with anymore, as far as I can tell, which I think is good because it was kind of difficult to keep track of that. Dude, I'm fast. The movement speed plus 25%. Did they take out the micromanagement with regards to leading certain units? Because I just have my 5 champions and me, which I like it this way. Because that sometimes my king or my chief would accidentally sneak in if I didn't remember to disable it. And I got a few people killed that way. And it was always annoying. So, okay. Barony of Ugar. So they've already raised their armies. They can go around me. But we're going to stay here and hope they come to us, I think. Unless this works differently than it did. So we are currently sieging, and you can see we've got progress represented in a couple of different ways. Number one is just on the screen. So the spears with a little progress bar there. You can also look down here to see it this way as well. Leave enough soldiers in this army to continue the siege. There's a hot button where if you want to multi-siege, I guess this just exists. You can click it and split your forces off automatically into one troop that's big enough to siege and one troop that's big enough, the rest of the troops. We can just go. So that's really cool. I'm curious if how losses are calculated on sieges now. Let's find out. 837 is our current number. We're just starving them out while their other army looks on in disbelief. They decided to move. I can actually hear their footsteps lightly. Do I need to turn the volume up for you guys? I might. Zoop. I don't know where they're going. Okay, so is there a notification when the siege is over? It doesn't look like we lost a single troop. And we're standing still. Volume is fine. Okay, good. Laser Lord, welcome to the stream. Everybody else just popping in. Because okay, so the way that you can tell is just visually. You lost 3. Okay. I lost 3 troops in the siege. The way that you can tell visually, like in Crusader Kings 2, we have solid stripes. So if there were checkered stripes, I don't know what else to call them, diagonally, it would mean that there were other holdings inside of this particular county that we would need to siege. But since none have been built here or here, we only needed the 1. So we're just looking for that little tribe. We got it. Dude, I'm about to slap. Don't come back. How'd you even get... There's nothing even in here. My room is clean. There's no drinks in here. Just the coffee that I brought up today. All right, anyway. We're going to sneak in. I don't know where you're going. But we're just going to use this opportunity to go for home. So that one successful siege brought us up to a plus 48% war score. And if this works... Ooh, look at this screen. If this works anything like Crusader Kings 2, then... holding that will slowly build our war score after a period of time. Just hold